Hello and welcome to OpenSoundLab. My name is Ludwig Zeller. I am the main developer of this project. I have been working on OpenSoundLab for many years in my research and teaching at the Academy of Art and Design in Basel, Switzerland. I am glad that this app is now finally coming to a wider audience. In this video, I will show you the basics of the interface of this program. Your controllers will have an X and Y on the left hand button and an A, B button on the right hand. With the X and the A buttons, you can open up the menu. So place the controller somewhere where you want to open up the menu and then press A on the right controller. If you press A again, then this menu will be closing again. Same goes for the X. If I put it over there, the controller, and then open it up with the X button, then this menu will be opening up there. With the trigger buttons, you control these pliers in front of your controllers. And with these, you can grab things. For instance, you can grab things from the menu. You can move through these different devices here. And the most basic one is the oscillator. So please grab an oscillator like so. And then if you let go, it's flying in front of you. I will close the menu now. And if you are moving around, if you grab the device again, you can move it around and turn it. And if you grab it with both pliers at the same time, then you can scale the object to make it bigger or smaller. Okay, so, and if you want to duplicate an object, that works by going inside of the device. You see it is being hovered, and you also get some haptic feedback. And then press the B button or the Y button on the left controller and move it out of this object, and then you have two. You can control the dials and the switches and the sliders by hovering them, and you have to be careful not to go inside of the object, but you really just need to hover the tip of these. And then you do a motion like you actually would be turning the dial. And that way you can control the dials. You can set switches and the sliders. The dials can be reset to a default value if you hover them and then press B or Y. Then you are resetting these dials to their default value. You can create patch cables between objects. If you go to these sockets here, then if you hover them, you see a preview of a plug. And then if you press that and pull it to an input, that's an output, and then pull it to over to an input of another device, then this is being connected automatically. In general, most devices have their outputs on the right side and their inputs on the left or top or bottom side. So that means that in general, you have a signal flow from left to right. So if I turn this one on and I switch this to a low frequency oscillation LFO mode here. So you see a slow motion that's going here, and then you hear that this is being modulated here. This oscillator is being modulated by this LFO now. You can visualize what kind of signal is going through a cable. If you press this left joystick here in the center, so then you see that you get a visualization of the signal that is actually going through the cable here. So red means positive, black means 0, and blue means minus negative. It's going from 1 to -1, basically, the range of these cables. Okay. You can remove cables when you grab them and let them go, then they are being removed. And if you want to delete an object, that works by putting it to the trash bin. And yeah, if you happen to have a patch which you want to move in your scene, then you can grab both side handles here on the controllers, if you press them at the same time, then you can move and scale all of your patch at the same time, turn it around. And that is helpful if you, for instance, want to move to another space in your area, in your studio or living room or whatever. And or if you open up a new, like a patch from the menu here, and it doesn't fit to your surroundings, then you grab left and right buttons, the side handles, and then you place it to where you need it. So this cogwheel here, when you press that, then you can open up other patches. You will need that for the next tutorials. So here are the patches that will be discussed in these tutorials. And you can, of course, save new files here. It will be named with your current date. Or you can save to existing files, but these will be overwritten then. Or you can press new, confirm, and then your currently loaded patch is being deleted. But this tutorials object here, through which I am speaking to you right now, this is not being deleted when you press new, so that I can follow you through all of these tutorials. So you have to delete the tutorials object by hand. Yeah, so please open up the next tutorial now. And as a side note, the video tutorials have been recorded on Quest 2 in an earlier version of the app. So please don't be confused if you see some slight changes in the interface or in the objects. But generally speaking, all the tutorials should be working fine. And please take your time also to play around with the patches. Watch the videos, I explain how they work, and then you can either try to recreate them from your memory as an exercise, or you just have fun by changing the settings of the patch or adding things to it. Modular patching is not easy. It definitely needs a lot of experience. I hope that these video tutorials give you a quick introduction into some basics of the app, but also into modular sound design. But of course, there are many sources on the internet that I highly recommend that you also look up there. You know, the Eurorec scene or VCVRec, that are really great sources, great environments and ecosystems where a lot of patching ideas and sound design ideas are coming from, and many of these can be translated into OpenSoundLab, into the physical spatial domain. And I highly recommend that you also look into other places. And I wish you much fun learning sound design in OpenSoundLab.